Welcome back. This is lesson number 10. We are solving equations, not inequalities. We're solving equations, multiple step equations. So take a minute and copy these notes down if you haven't done so already in class. These are the general steps that you're going to use to solve your equations. If you see parentheses, you're going to distribute. And I put if needed. If there's no parentheses, then you're not going to do that. Then you're going to look on each side of the equal to bar and see if there are any like terms. Well, some people don't like to do this. If you combine like terms, it will make the problem much smaller. And again, if needed. If there are no like terms to combine, then you're not going to do that step. The last step is to do inverses or opposites to solve for your variable. And remember, you do add or subtract first, and then you do multiply or divide last to get the variable by itself. So we're going to run through these. Even if you are very comfortable solving equations, it's always good to review because there's a lot of times little tricks in there. A negative can throw a lot of things off. If you struggle with getting solutions to equations, or if you want to check your work, you can always go back to what we did at the beginning of the unit, where we used our graphing calculator to find where both sides of the equation intersect. So let's get started. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay. Here's our equal to bar. Whoops. Get our pen going. Now for question number 1, I'll read the problem and then we'll use our steps. 9 times x plus 1 minus 7 times x minus 5 equals negative 20. I don't see parentheses anywhere. So that means I am not going to distribute. So I'm going to move on to step 2, which is combine like terms. I just wrote over there, combine like terms. So you look on your one side of your equal to bar. Like terms have the same letters and the same exponents. So here I have a 9x and a minus 7x. We're not doing opposites. They're on the same side of the equation, so you just do what it tells you to do. 9x minus 7x is 2x. And then we have a 1 and a minus 5. 1 minus 5 is negative 4. Now I'm going to bring down the rest of my equation equals negative 20. So we didn't have to do step 1. We didn't have to distribute. I combined my like terms. And now we just go to step 3, just what we were doing in our previous lessons. We do opposites. So 2 times x minus 4 equals negative 20. So add 4 on both sides. And 2 times x, negative 20 plus 4 equals negative 16. And since it's 2 times x, you're going to divide by 2 on both sides, whatever you do on one side. Now, did you notice I put a negative there? Divide by 2 on both sides, that's positive 2. So x equals negative 8. I'm still on the inequality kick. Now, if we substituted negative 8 into our x variable, both sides of the equation would be true. Let's take a look at number 2. Let's see. 91 equals negative 7 times the quantity 3 times a minus 1. Here's our equal to bar. Alrighty. Remember, step 1 is distribute if you can. There are parentheses, so we're going to distribute. I'm going to bring down my 91. That's hanging out on the left side. And it is negative 7 times 3a, so negative 21a. Negative 7 times a negative 1 is a positive 7. So in this case, the a is on the right-hand side, just leave it. It's okay. We're going to do add or subtract first. So I'm going to minus 7, minus 7. 91 minus 7 is 84 equals negative 21a. And that is negative 21 times a. So the opposite of times is divide. So because our a is on the right-hand side, just double check that you're dividing by the number that's touching that variable. 84 divided by negative 21 is negative 4 equals a. Number 3, getting a little bit tricky. We have 4m minus 5. Look at that, minus goes with the 5. So it's really a negative 5 times the quantity 3m plus 10 equals 126. So I'm going to be super careful when I distribute. This negative 5 goes just to those terms in the parentheses. So I'm going to bring down 4m. That's not in the parentheses. Negative 5 times 3m is minus 15m. Negative 5 times 10 is a negative 50. So you're right, minus 50 equals 126. So that's step 1. Now for step 2, I'm looking for like terms. And like terms are on the same side of the equal to sign. So here I have a 4m and a 15m. 4m minus 15m is negative 11m minus 50. That minus 50 doesn't have anything to combine with on that side. And 126 is the only thing on the right side, so obviously there's no like terms because there's only one thing. So now I'm going to do opposites, step 3, to get the m by itself. So I'm going to add 50 to both sides, plus 50. Bring down your negative, oops, I'm losing my mind a little bit. Negative 11m. 126 plus 50 is 176. Divide by negative 11. So I got m equals negative 16. So let's move on over to question 4. This is the last one that we'll do together. Then I'll give you the answers for 5 and 6. If you are working on this on your own and you're struggling, whoopsie, just make sure you ask us a question, ask for help. We will go over them when we're doing notes in class. So we have lots of parentheses. Here's my equal to bar. First thing I'm going to do is distribute this negative 3. Negative 3 times k and negative 3 times negative 8. So that's negative 3k. And here a negative times a negative is a positive. And then I have this minus sign. That's really a negative 1. Negative 1 times k is minus 1k. Negative 1 times 5 is minus 5. Okay, we've got lots of like terms to combine on our left side of our equation. Negative 3k minus 1k is negative 4k. 24 minus 5 is 19, and that's positive 19. Now, step 3, we're going to do inverses. Subtract 19 on both sides. Negative 4k. 23 minus 19 is 4. And divide both sides by negative 4. So k is negative 1. So for these last 2 problems, they're just extra practice. So what we're going to do, I'm going to write the answers down here. If you would like to try them, you can. So question 5 is a fraction answer. So for question 5, I got negative 49 over 13. which is negative 3.769230.769. I may have made a mistake. I don't know. But that's what I got. Number 6, the answer H equals 13. Now, I'm going to stop the video here. The next section or the next page has one extra step. So I'll catch you back in a minute.